Episode of the Everblack Podcast is brought to you by Deathwish, Hotrods and Kustoms. Check out their Instagram for all their new t-shirts, caps, beanies, cups, and the all-new Atomic Death lineup.
There you go.
There you are. How's it going?
How you doing, man?
Good, man. For a smelly, stinky, hot summer morning here in Australia. How's it going over there?
Oh, very cool. Good, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, so the weather's nice out here, too. I'm out in California.
Whoa, yeah.
You know?
It's swell.
Yeah, without a doubt, man.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So, how was your Christmas and New Year, man? Happy New Year.
Awesome. We had a great Christmas with the family. New Year's was great. So just mellow, nice little mellow hang. And yeah, just enjoying time with the family right now and getting ready to to get back out on the road again. You know, we just had a great run with Prong and Obituary. It was great rolling with the fellas. And then great time. We did something like 44 shows in 50 plus days. It was like 4 on, 1 off, 4 on, 1 off, just blazing right through it. So it was great. We had a good time for sure.
That's awesome. Yeah, that looked massive, man. I would have done anything to see it. That's quite a lineup, man. It's quite diverse too.
No, it was great, man. And we're friends with everybody in the camps, and it was a really great time. So it was awesome.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, of course, the new Black Label Society album, Doom Crew Inc., has recently been released, and it's album number 11. It's more than I can count on my hands. It's one extra one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You got to throw a toe in there now. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's but man, it's got some of my favorite riffs on there. Like the Set You Free main riff of that. Destroy and Conquer's awesome. And that meaty as fuck one from Gospel of Lies that everyone's loving right now. Was there a riff in particular that was the driving force behind this album that sort of kicked it all off?
I mean, actually, right at the end, "Set You Free" came in right at the end before when we were wrapping up the record. Yeah, that was like one of the very last songs we tracked. So, no, but I mean, it always, for me, I mean, with Black Label, I mean, with anything really, I mean, like, in this genre of music, it all starts with the riff. I mean, it really does. I mean, and you have Mount Riffmore, which is basically Cream, which is basically the first heavy metal band. Sunshine of Your Love. And then you have Mountain with I Never Dreamed and Mississippi Queen. Then it goes on to, Zeppelin, Purple, and Sabbath, so out of those 5 bands, it's just like basically Mount Riffmore right there, the architects of how riffs are, made. But, so, I mean, for me, it's just, you get inspired by listening to all those bands. I mean, it's just, but like you said, it all starts with the riff, and then, everything starts coming together after that. Then, then the melody will come on there. And then after that, lyrics for me are always last. Once I figure out what I want to sing about, then I'll start writing that. When I figure out what poetry I want to write my wife, so I can get a shoulder rub, then I'll start writing a lyric.
Do you do you go sit by like a river with a little flower in your hair with a little poetry book?
I do that, and I say Mary had a little lamb a couple times.
I know how that rolls.
No,
seriously.
Then the floodgates open up, and all whatever gibberish comes out, and then I have lyrics for a song.
See, I do get that though. Like I find that I jam out with a whole bunch of gibberish. And then I try and reverse engineer what gibberish like Cornell used to do. Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's just a matter of what you want to sing about. You know what I mean? You got to figure out, if you didn't know what to draw, you were like, I can't think of it. And if I told you, draw a picture of a taxi in front of the Empire State Building, then you're like, okay, now I know I'm going to draw. You know what I mean? But, you just got to come up with the idea first. You know what I mean? So, or, a dog pissing on a car, on a taxi in front of the state, Empire State. Okay, I got it, so. You got it.
Do you find that, you wait and do you subscribe to the theory that you got to let the song tell you what it wants to be about? in a way?
Well, I think once you get the main riff, and the lyrics, the rest of the music stuff. I don't write like I have a bit of pieces here. I have an intro, and then like I come back to it months later or a week later, and I usually once I get like Set You Free. I wrote the main riff, so I had that. Then it went right to the pre-chorus. Then I went to after I hit the C, then I went right back to the main riff. I write from beginning, middle to end. I don't have bits and pieces laying around all over the place. Usually I'll write it in one sitting and just get it over with.
That's incredible. But how was it being at home for that long period of time while the world was going to shit, trying to focus on writing those riffs and bringing this album together while being a husband and a dad and all those things? Did you have to put aside time, like clock on, if you know what I mean?
No, I mean, for me, it's no different than writing. I can't say like, oh, what did you do different on this album than anything else? Even with the pandemic, I mean, my whole thing was, I mean, I enjoyed every moment of that, spending time walking the dogs, spending time with my family, spending time at home. You know what I mean? Because I'm usually on the road. I'm doing like 300 shows a year. You know what I mean? So I'm usually rolling all the time. So, I mean, for me, I use that time to I cherished every moment I had, while I was home. So, but like you said, I mean, like when we were just out on the road, I love doing the shows, and when I'm home, I love being home. You know what I mean? Spending quality time. But as far as writing and everything like that, it was no different than doing any of the other Black Label albums. We just like, all right, we got a month till the fellas come out. I got a month to write a record. All right, let me just get to work. Just start writing every day. You know what I mean? So that's the way I usually operate.
Man, there's some incredible soft moments on this album as well, like the new version of "Love Rain Down." Man, like it's incredibly moving, man. Like that song in that form hit me incredibly hard after losing someone recently, and man, it's so powerful in that way. What inspired you to take a look at that song from that different light?
Well, I mean, that's the way I originally wrote it. I wrote that song in '91 when my mother passed away.
Mm.
So I actually wrote it at A&M Studios when we were working on No More Tears. So I was actually when we were working on the middle bit of No More Tears, before the guitar solo. I just had the studio by myself, so I ended up writing it then. So, but that song's been sitting around since then. But we did it on Stronger Than Death. We did the heavy version of it.
Yeah, that's the one I'm referring to. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that wasn't the original version. Is the one you're hearing now, because I originally wrote it on the piano. So, but yeah. So I mean, it was just to revisit. We were going to put it on the box set, and I was like, no, hold on to that and we'll put it on the new record. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to have it, just as a bonus track. I want it to be on the record. You know what I mean? So, so that's why it's finally on the record, with the big long guitar solo at the end and everything like that. So I'm really happy with the way it came out. Yeah, without a doubt, man.
Man, it's incredible. And the title is in reference to your road crew, which I think, especially after the last couple of years, is a great tribute to those who, work their asses off behind the scenes and make everything happen. Was that the meaning behind the title, like paying tribute to those dudes? And
yeah, so the Doom Crew, they said to me, they go, what happened? You ran out of ideas? Couldn't come up with anything better, huh? I you had to go with Doom Crew Incorporated. I go, yeah. I go, yeah. So no, it was just actually it was just sitting there. I had the belt buckle sitting right on the console in the studio. I was like, actually, why don't we just call the record Doom Crew Incorporated? You know what I mean? And that's how it came out. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, it's just tribute. I mean, every band, without their Doom Crew Incorporated, the machine doesn't run. For sure.
Man. And of course, I mean, you must be stoked to be getting back out with those dudes as well.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, it was probably 2 years since we saw everybody. You know what I mean? And then it was pretty amazing when we were rolling with the Milwaukee chapter. That was where we did our last show at the Rave in Milwaukee. And on this last run with Obituary and Prong, we played at the Rave again. And I go, man, it was 23 months ago when we did our last show there. 2 years. I mean, it didn't feel like 2 years, but I mean, obviously it was.
It's gone quick. It's like, what's happening?
Wow.
It's crazy, man. But I'm sure you draw from a lot of different influences as well, musically, not just rock and metal. But do you find that you draw influences from outside of that? From maybe you got some mates that aren't from that genre?
Well, yeah, I mean, but I listen to everything. I mean, I listen to new wave essentials, I mean, like everything down to Gary Newman playing, Cars and Weird Science. I mean, like all that kind of stuff, till Tuesday and everything like that, just like it'll play all the stuff from that era, the 80s or whatever. Duran and everything like that. And then I'll listen to Joe Pass when I'm sitting there at night when I'm just practicing, just listen to Pat Martino, Joe Pass. I'll listen to stuff like that, all these amazing jazz guys. And then Al Di Meola, John McLaughlin, I listen to Alan Holdsworth, stuff like that. But I mean, which I probably never would have listened to if I didn't play guitar. I would have never knew about that style of music. But I mean, but then, and obviously, you listen to all the stuff you listen to when you were 14 years old, whether it's Zeppelin and Sabbath and Deep Purple and Elton John and classic rock, Allman Brothers, Bad Company. I mean, everything like that. So, like you said, I listen to pretty much everything, So when I'm in the, when I'm in the truck, I'll just listen to Ozzy's Boneyard. I'll listen to hair metal. I'll listen to, new wave. I'll listen, classic rock. I listen to everything, man.
Hey, talking about Ozzy, you got your Zakk Sabbath. Have those Sabbath dudes seen you do Zakk Sabbath?
I mean, they haven't come out to see it. I mean, because obviously I think they're like, we've heard those songs enough. We need to hear somebody else doing them. But I mean, not only did we write them, we've heard them enough. But I mean, no, I mean, I'm sure the guys get a kick out of it, because I always say we set the band up as a retirement fund for them, just in case they all go broke with gambling problems or something like that. So the whole thing is this way, contractually, they sign contracts with all the promoters that this is the last tour, with Black Sabbath. So this way, if they're all broke, they can go out as Zakk Sabbath featuring the original Black Sabbath. You see what I'm saying? So contractually, they can get around it. Like Prince, in his record contract, was a symbol. He was no longer Prince. You know what I mean? So you can go out and do these things. So yeah, that's how you get around those things.
Love it. I love it. You're jamming on the new Ozzy record as well, aren't you?
Yeah. I mean, if I was 15 and you would have told me I would have been on a record with Ozzy, Jeff Beck, Tony Iommi, and, Eric Clapton, I would have told you you're dreaming, So it was definitely an honor. And it's pretty mind blowing, man, for sure.
Yeah. Do you know when it's coming out?
That I don't know. But, but yeah, we worked on it, and, Andrew Watt's working on it. So, and Oz, we had a great time doing it, man.
Man, it's going to be a big year, I think, this year. Like,
let's hope, I mean, just, everybody gets out and starts playing again and everything. Like I said, we did like almost 50 shows and didn't have one mishap with the COVID thing. Nobody got sick. I mean, it was good.
So lucky, dude. So, like, talking about, hey, have you got any plans to release another one of these?
Well, yeah, why not? All I got to do is live and breathe. You every day you got another one of those books in you.
Need a good book. Yeah, like a follow-up, because I'm sure you've had many adventures since then. I read this front to back when I was working in a call center. So
there you go.
Instead of working, I was hanging out with you. So
yeah, there you go, man. Yeah, there's some severe, life lessons, and it's a wonderful book.
Good book. I loved it. It's
educational.
Yeah. I mean, talking about your life, you've had such an interesting life, and I'm sure that one day they're gonna make a movie of it of some sort. I know they're doing a Ozzy and Sharon one apparently. Who do you want you to play you? Who's going to be Zakk Wylde?
I don't know. I guess George Costanza. Maybe that would be good. There you go.
Oh man. All right. Well, man, what else you got planned for 2022? What's happening? What's coming up with after this tour?
Well, obviously, I think in like 5 months from now, we're getting ready to go over to Europe, and so hit the festivals and everything, and then come back to the States, and then obviously the game plan is to go to Australia, New Zealand, Asia, everything like that. So, yeah, I mean, our game plan is to be touring for the next 2 years.
Awesome, man. Well, we can't wait to see you. I mean, it's been a little while, so man, it's going to be incredible.
Man, for sure.
Well, Zakk, thanks for hanging out on the show. The new album Doom Crew Inc. is out now, and we'll have all the links down here. Take care of yourself, man, and we will hopefully see you very soon.
Without a doubt, my brother. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you in a bit.
Thank you. Cheers. I'll give you a round of applause. Hang on.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, see, that's more like it.
All right, man. Take care. Eh?
All right, my brother. Yeah, boy. I'll talk to you in a bit, but great talking to you, man.
You too, man. Thank you.